Welcome to CATtheMinion YouTube channel. My name is Teresa, but you can call me Cat. This is going to be a reading for Cancer, sort of horoscope astrology situation. I was going to do them in pairs and do yin-yang relationship check-in, but I had a synchronicity thanks to one of my viewers, and I decided that I'm doing triangulation again instead. And then I decided that I needed to do them individually. I did already clear and shuffle these cards, but I'm just getting them a little bit more. This is the Starseed Oracle, and this is my Morgan Greer deck. Ow, my thumb. I just broke it. These cards are real bendy. Some of it might be from the marker, but some of it's from shuffling them. That's pretty good. Alright, so I need a card to end with. I guess I'll take that one. And my triangle. So I need the past. Well then. A lot going on in the past, but I'm not taking all of that. Okay, that one kind of fell out, so we'll take the past. And the present, which is a double. I'm getting a lot of doubles because this is a 6-year, which is Gemini energy because of the Lovers card. And I need the future. Two piles of 2, and I'm not sure which one's which, so I'm putting them all back. I did see the Hermit pop out, but that might not be relevant unless it comes out again. So I need the future. It's like the future has 2 possible pathways. Future of this reading depends on this card. Come on, man. Okay, I guess I'm taking that one since it's stuck to my hand. I'm like this hot mess down here. Alright. Cancer. Yes, this is this one. This is this one. Oh, I still need another one. I need a card. The triangle's all messed up. Just do it this way. No, I don't like that. I need a card to start with. Kind of in focus there. Okay, so this one says called. Soul gifts and training, it's time to step up. When I read called, my brain said halls of a mentee, which I guess is like the Akashic Records. Maybe a slightly different format or a slightly different access point. But I mean, it looks like this person is in a hall of records and they're going out into the cosmos. Like they're about to travel the stars. It says, and soul gifts and training. So it's like, here's your invisibility cloak. Here's all this information. Now go out there into the universe and apply it. Let's look at the past for Cancer. So we have the Lovers inverted. So this is the number of this year, but it's inverted. And the Lovers came out inverted in this same position, I think in Aquarius, but it might have been one of the other ones. And I had said that it could be like a bad relationship, or it could be like I'm sick, like I'm physically ill. Here it's looking very much like touchy-feely relationship-y stuff, especially because of the way these cards are drawn. And it's really hard to not think of that. It can also be like a lack of choice, like not enough information for discernment. Like not having all the information, being unable to make an informed choice. And it could be with a relationship too. It's like, you're not telling me everything, so this isn't going anywhere. Right? I can't decide whether to be with you or to not be with you because you won't express anything to me. That's more of the sense I'm getting here. In that case, there could be, there's an illness in the relationship itself. Whereas like I might be love sick in my body. For Cancer. It's very Cancerian attitude as well. So in the present, I have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles inverted. So I have 11 or 1, and then I have 8. Here I think it's going to be an 11, because I've gotten a bunch of 11s in these readings. Especially with the pages, or with the jacks especially. So the Jack of Swords, the Page, and Jack of Swords and Jack of all trades here. But it's like this guy, this Jack of all trades guy, closing up shop. I'm not doing this work anymore. I need to go out here and tell somebody something. And it feels like whoever has not been sharing in the relationship, and it looks like it's probably the masculine, but it's sort of whoever, it's really like whoever has been in their head more than in their heart. Right? I'm not doing feelings. I'm doing material stuff. I'm fiddling around with stuff in the material world. I'm working on all these projects. Whether it's like I'm building something or I'm doing work in the material world. I'm distracting myself with meat space by being busy, 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 busy. Right? A workaholic. So I don't have to deal with my emotions. But now I have to start out at this. Right? And this is not in court cards. This is major arcana. This is a court card. This isn't even a court card. Right? I'm at a lower vibration, distracting myself with everything I can possibly distract myself with. And now I have to be at this low level of communication because I didn't do it before. And notice all this red energy. It's like root stuff. Right? I have to start at the very beginning. I have to ground myself. And here, this background here looks like Pompeii. It's like the tower has come. The volcano has come. There's been an eruption. And I've got to go tell somebody that what happened. You know, my workshop blew up. And that's all energetically, too. It's not like literally. It's not meant to be taken literally. Let's put it that way. Unless, like, all my avenues of being busy got cut off at the knees because of, you know, global situation or the economy or whatever. It's like, I've got to speak now. But there's not an emotional content here. It's just very, like, it has to be grounded. And what's interesting is that usually if I see an air card, like a swords card, inverted, it tells me it's gone aground. This is an earth card that's upside down. It's like, floating above my body. I got knocked on the head and I've got little birdies tweeting around me. Like I've been knocked off my feet. I'm like ass over tea kettle kind of an energy. And it could be like, oh, I'm head over heels for you, but it's like all the thoughts of the emotions are practical and everything's just sort of still hovering in this base level. Let's look at the future here. The 9 of Swords in the challenged position. Okay. Notice how this 9 is the number after 8 here. And it's still in this red energy. There's a little bit of orange here, which could be the sacral, which is sexiness. But this is trying to unbind this nightmare of possible separation here. Here it's like I'm bound to the other. This could be I'm bound, I'm like tied up. I've been tied up with work. And it could also relate to like a union of a hand tying ceremony. Here it looks like the same person's hand. This is like I haven't been able to be with you. I'm tied up with work. I can't do anything. Like I'm busy. But this anxiety about not speaking up, it's like a sleepless night kind of a thing, like a recurring nightmare. Like we've been through this 9 times and this is the breaking point. Like I have to take one of these swords out of my brain and come and tell you about it. Look at this after card here. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. Here this is Jupiter. Although it's got it looks like Saturn because there's rings around it, but Jupiter has rings around it too. Just not as many. Like I'm running rings around you. Jupiter is of luck, but it's also the wheel. Wait, is it the wheel? Why am I saying it's the wheel? It is the wheel, which is 10, which is after this and before this. It's like, oh, this is like the same person too. Their invisible cloak. Right, it's like the cloak doesn't really make you invisible. It's just that it sort of heightens your natural energy. And if people aren't willing to, if people aren't aligned with that energy, then they won't see you. You won't be bright enough for them. Their work will be brighter. Their parties will be brighter. Their friends will be brighter. But if they come to a place where they realize that this is the energy they've been looking for, if it's stalking them in their sleep, they'll be like, where's that person with that cloak? Like I recognize, like there's something about you that I recognize. Like I can't remember anything else about you but this cloak. And it's like a metaphorical thing. It's like there's something about you that I cannot forget. And it's like if the person in the relationship that was out of their emotions, whether it was you, although I highly doubt it with a Cancer, because Cancer usually ends up with someone who's not in touch with their emotions. Air sign. Not to say that Cancer couldn't be out of their emotions, because that would be, you know, really in need of healing. But this is, it's sort of a calling to yourself, to step more into yourself, to harness the power of your magic cloak. And here it's sort of like I'm using my own energy. I'm flying it around me. I'm expanding my energy field. And I'm not going to worry about people who won't open up to me, because it's like I don't have time for that. If you show up and you're like, wow, this energy is pretty kick-ass, it's like, okay, I'm going to be able to share it with you. Here it's like, oh, I've just got this cloak and I'm not sure quite how to flap it around yet. This is like fashion, 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 fashion. You know, it's like I've learned how to walk the catwalk. And, you know, it looks like this relationship wants to resolve, but it's mostly about Cancer not letting someone else's inability to express make you feel like you have no value to anyone. because the greater your own internal energy, the more visible your signal will be to people who are in line with it. If that makes sense. I think that's it. I don't want to add any more to it because I think it'll start muddying the message. And it does seem like resolution with this other person. And I don't want to tell people, oh, you're going to get back to somebody who, like, was emotionally unavailable. But it seems to me like that this person that's been emotionally unavailable is going through some stuff. And some of it might be that they're in line with you and they've been avoiding their identity that matches yours because they haven't embraced their own weirdness. And your calling, your gifts and training is to be as an example and to, like, flag people down and be like, come and be weird in your own way and we'll be weird. And if the person is like, I can't be that weird, like, I'm going to pretend that I don't feel like I want to do that, that's where the problem occurs. So it's sort of like a chain reaction kind of a thing. That's like a possible way that that's working. And it could be all of those things at once. So, I mean, it's up to you if you're going to be re-entering some kind of connection with that person. But it's also kind of like, my luck is changing. I'm not that worried about what other people think. I'm gonna keep resonating at my energy and be in a place where I can heal myself and lose my anxiety over, am I good enough? Okay. So that's Cancer. And get the camera up here a little bit. If you want to get a personal reading, the list of readings that I offer and how much they cost is in the description box down below. You can also get that list on my WordPress. You can download the PDF if you want and peruse it at your leisure. I can also email you the list, either text or the PDF file. If you found this helpful or useful or interesting and you want to donate energy exchange, hit that tip jar. It's PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, all CATtheMinion. I've got coloring books, dark poetry, merch, prints, and actual art items. If you use coupon code 3star17 in my Etsy shop, you'll get 17% off your purchase of 3 or more items, some of which are only a few bucks. Yeah, and then I have social media also. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment, and check out my playlists tab, and stay groovy, and we'll see you later. Bye.